what am I thinking? Like, damn, I thought jerking it would help me remember, but it didn't. Alright, so we need to do something with this. Should we pack-a-punch this for you guys? Pack-a-punch the 50 cal and use it. Pack-a-punch the 50 cal and use it. That's me mocking Allier and how he talks. JK, Allier's a cool guy. Never met him in real life. Why do I keep mentioning other people in, like, my YouTube videos? And even other work? I think it's something else that happened when I would work there. I don't know. In case you guys know, PetSmart is retail, obviously. In case you just, like, absolutely know, you know. Hey, Jixer? What the fuck is that? I don't know half these damn people on my friends list, man. The only people I know, I mean, I'm like, oh, hey, look, Dale's online. Hey, look, Derek, Andre, James, Stefan, Tristan, you know, people I know I like to have on my friends list. That's why I'm not really keen on picking up people from YouTube. No offense to you guys. I mean, I love you all. As awesome as you guys are, but I don't want to pick up people, like, randomly when I'm like, oh, people... Because I hate the notification. I hate seeing that on the top right hand corner. Because I'm like, oh look, I'm playing a new game. I want to be like, hey, I got an achievement, yay! And I'm like, oh, never mind. Derek just got on. I send Derek a message like, you're such an asshole, and he's like, what? And then he removes me, and then he adds me again with a winky face, and then he asks what I'm wearing, and one thing leads to another, and before you know it, we're playing Halo Reach together. Where'd you guys think I was going with that? Oh lordy. Oh lordy. I'm killing you zombies. Was there a drop? Nope. No drops. Well, that would be the first thing to drop on you, wouldn't it, Alex? Oh boy, you guys sure are funny. Yeah, so, like I said, that's why I'm not going to add anyone else as far as, like, fans or people from from YouTube goes. It's just because I hate notifications and being like, oh, who the hell is that? And why are they messaging me wanting me to play Call of Duty? But, I mean, if you want to send me messages saying, hey, I love your videos, I guess that's fine. I mean, until I become, like, actually popular, and then, if that ever happens. Like I said, I don't really necessarily want to be that, like, famous or anything. Like, I don't want to be like Ali. I don't want to be like Hutch, and then where they can't take a dump without people going, oh, Hutch took the most epic dump ever. Dude, I know! It was totally a log. Dude, I heard that log hit his leg on the way down. You know, I'm not interested in that. I don't want fans to be, like, that crazy. Like, that's just a little... And I'm not saying... I don't know. I don't really know where I'm going with that. Oh, shit. Oh, he's adorable. Let's pack-a-punch the Barrett. I totally learned this, by the way. Okay, so, I like, I go to, like, this little anime convention and shit. I'm the biggest loser you'll probably ever meet, just so you guys know that. And I went to an anime convention. I finally learned what those things were, like, in Sailor Moon's hair. They're called Barretts. And I'm like, oh, look, that's what they're called? Cool. The Macro Annihilator. I totally use that in, so basically, it's you Zergling rushing me, right? The Macro Annihilator, yeah. That was a StarCraft reference for all you people out there who caught it. Oh, cool! I got a variable scope, even though I'm just gonna be quick scoping. You can always pack-a-punch it again and get something else. I don't know. I'm probably gonna use this one up and then switch to see what else I can get from the mystery box. The mystery box brought to you by Rundown. He's a fag. He's one of them queers who likes men with thick Russian accents. No. Definitely not. I am scared of going down now. I'm just sitting here screwing around talking to you guys about men and Russian accents and Macro and StarCraft and PetSmart. I don't really have anything else to say. As far as like serving and waiting on people goes, that's what I was talking about with retail. So in case you guys don't know, PetSmart is like a pet store in America for people out there who don't live in America and are confused by my sexy American accent. It's a pet store in America and it's retail, so I have 3 years working retail at PetSmart, 3 in like a few months, and it was really fun as hell. I couldn't get my job back. What happened was, I feel free to share all this information with you guys because, I mean, what are they gonna do, fire me? What happened was the old manager there, she got fired, and when I was away for academic leave, she never had me coded right. She had me coded as people she had fired, you know, just in the system because she's a lazy bitch. And, she's the reason I lost my job, because she had me coded wrong. Like, I went all the way up to the regional manager, and they still wouldn't give me my job back. And I'm kind of, you know, looking at them like, are you freaking serious? Like, I can't get my, well, that was a fail. I can't get my job back because she screwed me over, and they're like, yep, that's pretty much exactly what it is. That was probably a stupid idea, was to kill all these zombies, because now I get the hard part of having to round them all up again. Haha, I shot you with, oh, cool. Let's just waste some of this, shall we? Oh god, oh god. Max ammo, 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 ammo! So, yeah, I couldn't get my job back as much as I tried to. I mean, it wasn't like a favorite job. I definitely didn't look forward to going to it, because retail hours suck, man. Like, you're there from basically sun up to sundown. If you get like the middle shift, or you're there like early in the morning, or you're there till like 10 o'clock at night closing with some guy you don't even know. You're like, who are you? I'm just asking. You're closing with a manager who most times out of 10 makes you have to do something you don't want to do, like blow him. I mean, what? And I work in a restaurant now, so that's an interesting change of, you know, go from retail to serving. And what did I get 200 points for? Did you guys see? I guess getting carpenter gives you 200. Oh, for right, forgot about that. And whoa. And remember, like, I said you're there for 3 years. You get some like the coolest managers there, and we had one manager there, right? And the dude like would come in hungover, come in high. Like, the dude was definitely not a role model. And one day, like, he was telling me about, like, I was like, oh, well, you know, how was your weekend, man? And he was telling me, like, dude, I did shrooms this weekend, right? And it was fucking amazing. And I'm like, oh, cool. So, you know, I was like, okay, well, tell me about it. And he's like, oh, hold on, I got to teabag this pile of dead bodies. He's like, dude, I sat there, like, you know, and we were doing shrooms, okay? Like, I just finished off the bag, and we're sitting there watching RedTube, man, like, laughing our asses off. And I'm like, what? Really? It's like, yeah, dude. And then we changed it to Dane Cook, and I'm like, RedTube to Dane Cook. Cool? It's like, yeah, man, Dane Cook's never as funny when you're not, like, drunk or on shrooms. And I'm like, well, that's a pretty good compliment. Why don't you tell Dane Cook that next time you see him? Like, hey, man, I have to be on drugs to think you're funny. But, anyway. And he was telling me, like, yeah, man, like, I went to use the restroom, right, dude? And at this point, the dude's laughing so hard I can barely understand him. He's like, and like, the toilet, like, all of a sudden, it's like, into the ground. And I'm, like, peeing into a painting, man. And I'm just like, what? What? He's like, yeah, dude, I was peeing into a painting. It was the funniest fucking thing ever. I'm just kind of like, cool. I'm like, you just do shrooms or you do other stuff? He's like, nah, man, I do weed too, dude. But like, the last time I did weed, I sat at a red light or a stop sign waiting for it to turn green. And I'm like, really? And it kind of killed me because one of the people I worked with there forever, he was like, he went off and like did shrooms and shit and almost got kicked out of the military for it. And I was like, you're such a fucking dumbass. Why the hell would you throw away your life like that? Unfortunately, he didn't, and he's in the military now. He's an air traffic controller in the military, right? That was my reaction too. I'm like, you can do that? He's like, yeah, it's an easy job, and I can be stationed in places that aren't homosexual. And I'm like, oh, cool. Like, what? He's like, you know, Afghan. I'm like, yeah, definitely homos. And so that's good for him, and that, you know, he's not going to be stationed there. But at the same time, he's like, even now, he's like, I don't know, it's kind of a boring job. And I'm like, it's air traffic control. How the exciting world of air traffic control, I don't really quite get how that is. Oh, look. Oh, look. Zombies! Give me hugs. I want to feel them. Oh, they're delicious. Oh, your hugs. Oh, God. Jesus. New rule. New rule. Whenever I get the nuke, no zombie hugs. Okay? That's a new rule. New rule. Alright, and so, let's continue off with my life story and say that, hello? Oh, cool. And now that, you know, I can't work in retail anymore, which is kind of a blessing in disguise, since retail is not, like, you know, the most fun thing ever. It's just kind of there, you know? It's like, oh, look, retail. Yeah. But now I'm doing serving, and that is completely different. You know, we don't make $7.25 or whatever the hell minimum wage is in your state. It's a lot lower here because the cost of living is so damn low. But, we make like $2.13 an hour. Okay? And you get people who stiff you and shit, you know, they don't give you as kinky as that sounded, they don't give you money for the tip, which is basically stiffing somebody, and, you know, give you money for like your food. Like, okay, at the end of the thing, you're supposed to tip the person who gave it to you, you know, based on the service, you know, if they did really well, if they, you know, didn't didn't have any teeth when they were doing it, or, you know, they fluffed you beforehand, you know, you tip them pretty well, which is basically what I feel like you have to do. And so, sorry, I had to shoot zombies, got a little hardcore mode. And so you get people that stiff you, and it kind of pisses you off, that you're like, oh my god, what else do I have to do for this guy in order for him to give me money? And it's a completely new experience, especially working retail, where you're like sitting there, and you don't want to get really busy because you're kind of like, okay, well, I'm going to get paid, you know, $7.25 or whatever the hell minimum wage is in your state. I work for minimum wage a lot. An hour, so it's kind of an interesting thing where you're like, okay, well, now I actually have to, I guess, try, is what I'm thinking of. Oh, wow, recoil. So you actually have to work for your money, which is a little bit weird, you know, instead of just having it handed to you on a silver platter, which would be great. God, welfare, such a great idea. No. I don't really care about welfare, or, you know, president. Which, that's another discussion. Let's talk about Obama. No, I'm just messing. That would totally get me kicked off of the tube views, and I don't feel like getting hated on a million times. I don't have anything negative to say about him. I just don't think he's made, like, the best decisions. He hasn't filled up to a lot of the promises he's made, and by no means do I support Romney and the past election. I think they're both flaming morons. I mean, if anything, I was going to vote for my cat, which, I mean, I love my cat. He's so cute. He's my drinking buddy. When I sit in my room and drink because I'm depressed and alone and sad with my miserable, little pathetic life, I drink with my cat. When I'm not playing Call of Duty trolling people and getting hate mail and apparently love mail all at the same time, which I think may be hate mail, might be his little brother just trolling me, which, you know, is a possibility in itself. But, cool, zombies just blow up randomly. And, what was I talking about? God, I gotta stop doing crack. I seriously don't remember what I was talking about. Reload! Max ammo! You got max ammo! Huh? Sorry, that was my, gay impression? I don't know. But yeah, so president elections. Not gonna get into that because I don't feel like it. I know some of the YouTubers got into it. No, what was it that, John got into? John is, I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, is it a good idea to microwave this show? It's pretty cool. If you guys have never seen it, I recommend you try it out. It's, Jonathan Paula. Fuck, I'm not gonna go into their names. What's his name? The guy who's actually decent looking on the show. JK. LOL. No, seriously. What's his name? Hello everyone, welcome to Is It Good Idea Microwave? I'm your host. Damn it. Hello everyone, welcome to Is It Good Idea Microwave? I'm your host. Something. And I'm your psychic Ryan McElwain. What's his name? Oh my god, I can't remember the main character's name. Anyway, they microwave stuff, and the only person who wasn't basically putting up videos just for girls, John, why'd I shoot like 75 bullets? John, he, like I said, he was the only one who wasn't putting videos up for the girls. That's why I subbed to his channel and his main channel. He was talking about, like, how, because I don't watch the news very often, and when I do catch it, it's always depressing, like, hey, did you know you can get AIDS from living? And you're like, oh, well, I need to stop doing that immediately. And, so, he was talking about, like, how some of the states wanted to secede from the Union, and I'm kind of watching his video, like, states still do that? And, you know, he was showing, like, all the statistics and stuff for, like, how much of Texans who have voted, you know, how much of them actually apparently wanted to secede. And you look at it and you're like, oh, wow, that's, like, less than 1%. Like, it's actually kind of pathetic. It's like a fraction of a percent, and it's like, what the hell? Like...